Hello guys, and welcome to another edition of StarCraft, where I take you through the missions and how to get the achievements. Today's mission is Media Blitz, and the achievements for this mission are Media Blitz, complete all mission objectives. Those objectives are access all 3 of the broadcast towers, seek and destroy a barracks, a factory, and a starport during the sneak attack on normal. Blitzkrieg, complete the mission in 20 minutes on hard. Now this mission is kind of tricky because there are certain things that you have to do in order to be successful, or at least make success easier. Number 1 is you're going to want to blow up all 3 of the command centers during the sneak attack. Mainly because during this time if you destroy those command centers, it cuts their resource gathering by a lot. And you don't have to deal with more than what's on the board. And trust me, there's a lot on the board as it is. Secondly, you need to have access to 2 units. You need to have access to the Thor, which you'll get from this mission, and the science vessel, because there will be way too much bombardment from all sorts of units to do a SCV run. I'm not saying it isn't possible, but I'm just saying it is highly unlikely. And once you have all 3 of the command centers done in this sneak attack, then you can move on to destroying a barracks, a factory, and a starport, which those aren't too complicated. Mainly, if you just use the concussive blast that the Odin has, it takes the command centers out in one shot. Also, when you're doing that, make sure you get all the SCVs, because you don't want to leave them laying about, because they could build more command centers if they have enough resources. So yeah, generally when you use the concussive blast from the Odin, kind of overlap it on the command center, but mainly on the SCVs themselves. Because you can always mop it up with a little bit of damage from the Odin, but you cannot, it's harder to mop those SCVs up than it is to mop that command center. Another thing to note is Odins and Thors do not have a lot of anti-air capabilities. Thors will have an ability later on that allows them to switch between anti-air and anti-ground, but I do not think you have it just yet. So just be aware of that when you're trying to go through this mission. Also, when you try to hit these starports over here, try to get all the Vikings that are standing there as well. And if you can, try to go ahead and take out those other 2 starports, because basically you want to get rid of as much of the air capabilities on this mission as you can, because you're going to be using Thors and the Odin as much as you can. And as I stated, they don't have a lot of anti-air capabilities. So I didn't quite make it to kill those 2, so I will be dealing with more air units than I hoped for. Basically, instead of destroying that missile turret, just go ahead and move up and destroy those starports. Also be aware that you can lose the Odin in the sneak attack and still finish the mission. He's not necessary for finishing it. He just makes it a lot easier, so. Here comes your first Thor. Which again, to make this mission really easy, you're going to need Thors and you're going to need science vessels. Also, you will need bunkers at the base, because your base will be attacked frequently. So you'll want to put some sort of defense at the base so it can defend itself. And you don't have to bring your Thors back. Because the other negative drawback to Thors is they're actually pretty slow. They're a very tanky unit that deals a lot of damage, but to balance that out, they are a very, very slow unit. Yeah, I wouldn't move out your units until, I believe, after the first attack. Because by then, you should have at least 2 Thors, an Odin, and the Science Vessel. Also, don't forget, you're going to need your armor upgrades as quickly as possible, because your armor upgrades will be key point in this mission. Because you're going to be using the Thors and the Odins basically as your only troop. Also, try not to let your guys get distracted too much. Like, if they don't have to blow something up, don't make them blow it up. Because this mission is more about speed than it is total destruction, which is really hard for me because I prefer a clean slate than to leave things behind me. Also, since you are going to be using bunkers, you need some sort of repair going on them, so throw some SCVs on there and make sure the bunker doesn't die. At least 2 to 3. And don't fall behind on your supply. Every time. Now what you can do is take this base as a second expanse, and it will help with production of Thors and your science vessels and stuff like that. But be aware when you send your science vessels this way, there is a wall in between the left basic broadcast tower and your home base. So basically what you'll need to do, and it's covered in missile turrets, so what you'll need to do is when your science vessel comes this way, bring him down and then up. So this way he doesn't try to cross that wall. Because he can help your Odin spot all that, but more than likely he will die before he gets the chance to do anything about it. Like this right here, you don't necessarily have to destroy all of these buildings and stuff like that. Like this command center and the engineering bay, you don't have to destroy those. You can probably just leave them be production unit buildings like barracks and factories and starports you probably want to get rid of. Other than that, it's alright to just let it lie. Be aware, once you step on this platform over here, you will engage a ambush scenario, so you will need to be ready for a fight. they do send about 2 to 3 waves per tower when you start assaulting the tower, so you will need a decent sized force to defend against it. This first one, you don't need too big of a force because it's primarily infantry, but as you start collecting more and more of these towers, they start sending heavier and heavier units. Now what I do is from the left side, go ahead and pull back to your base, and then push up the middle to the number 2 beacon. Or number 3, sorry. And be aware that sometimes you have dirt units, and they will get stuck on fences and buildings. They're just dirt that way. And try to keep your units all together. Try not to have them basically split up and go in different directions. And always destroy statues. Because down with wings. Why not? Try to keep your science vessels behind your Odins and Thors. Because there are missile turrets and stuff of that nature that will take them out if they get too far ahead. And if you build a command center to take your expanse, make sure you send your command center to take the expanse. My science vessel is just like, I will do it! And I'm like, what are you doing? Get back here. You're like my only healer right now. But I want to take the thing. Stop taking the thing. I want to take it. Oh, see, I blew up. That science vessel was the equivalent of Leroy Jenkins. Leroy! Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm trying to send some SCVs to do some support. I hate Ravens for that concussive bomb ability. It's my own fault because I always do a death ball technique, so it's really easy for a Raven to come up on me and just like, oh, there went half your force. Oh, there went the other half. I'm just like, stop it! No! That's mean! Stop! And you have to have a ground force standing on the platform. You can't just have a regular, you know, flying unit trying to take the platform. And once you have that one finished, go ahead and come down. I'd go back to the base, down the middle, and then come up the right. But you can come down from that platform if you want to. I'd prefer to go down than up. This way when your new units get there, they don't have to fight their way through extra units. Or if you're good at macro, you can send them up the middle, but I'm not good at macro, so... Plus, I'm kind of cutting it close right now. I'm like, okay, get this done, get this done. Which I didn't have to cut it close, because I think I still had about 6-7 minutes left on the clock, but I wasn't trying to take any chances. I was like, nope, gonna do this, gonna do it, get it done. Because normally I have about 6-7 seconds when I try to finish these missions, and it's like, oh god, why? Because you don't plan well. Trying to keep everybody up on that platform so this way they don't disengage. Yeah, they have very shitty AoE capacities, but if you get enough of them together, or aerial capacities, but if you get enough of them together, you get some decent damage. Alright, that's the last one. Oh, also on this mission, there is a secret, but you don't need to get it to get the achievements, which is why I didn't get it on this mission. So, well guys, that's been Media Blitz and how to get the achievements for this mission. If you like what you saw, give me a like and a share and a comment down below. If you didn't like what you saw, give me a dislike and a negative comment down below. If you want to hear more about me, go look me up on Facebook. My name is Anthony Sewell. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.